Fighters Rep 7 Fighting Prides. Saturday, July 27th, 2019 at the Ames Sportsplex in Seal Beach, California. Tickets now on sale at fightersrep.com or watch it live right here on YouTube. What's going on, Knuckleheads? It's George with Fighters Rep, and I wanted to get at you guys because of this recent Stephen A. Smith, Andy Ruiz Jr. controversy, where Stephen A. Smith has been saying some pretty negative and nasty stuff about Andy Ruiz Jr. He's been trying to walk it back and sort of, I think, misdirect us and try to make us as listeners feel like we didn't understand or interpret what he was saying correctly. But I love Stephen Smith. I think he's fantastic. I think he's articulate. I love his energy and his passion. But I think in this situation, he's full of it, and he needs to man up and apologize for the stuff he's saying, as opposed to make us feel, as viewers, like we're not understanding what the guy said. And I'm going to go back, and I'm going to quote the things that he said to kind of explain to you guys why I feel that he's being extremely hypocritical in this situation. And I'm going to start with his, basically his comments on the show Get Up. So on the show Get Up, and you can find this on YouTube. It's an ESPN show, but the clip is on YouTube, and it was published on June 3rd, just 2 days ago. On that show, the host invited Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman onto the show, and he asked them to basically react to the Anthony Joshua loss versus Andy Ruiz, because he's kind of limited on knowledge when it comes to boxing, and he thought it was a monumental upset based on the little bit of knowledge that he had, and he wanted to get Stephen A. Smith's reaction along with Max Kellerman's reaction. Now, while Max Kellerman's reaction was pretty cordial and normal, and I agree with it, Stephen A. Smith said basically that Anthony Joshua was not ready for the fight, seemed disinterested, and then he said, and I quote, he ended up getting knocked down 4 times by Butterbean. Let's call it what it is. A poor version of Butterbean. End quote. Now, for me, when you're saying that Anthony Joshua was not prepared and he ended up getting knocked down 4 times by Butterbean, let's call it what it is, a poor version of Butterbean. What you're saying is that you're disappointed in Anthony Joshua for getting knocked down by such a low caliber, fat opponent. That's what you're saying there. You're not specifying that he got knocked down by somebody of a certain body type. He's not like saying it respectfully that, or objectively, that this guy knocked him down and just happened to have a physique like Butterbean. No, what he's saying here is he got knocked down by some fat, basically sideshow gimmick. Okay? Now, Stephen A. Smith subsequently went on his own show, the Stephen A. Smith Show, where he was essentially defending his comments and defending his boxing knowledge, because after he said what he said, Andy Ruiz, a bunch of other people, including Canelo Alvarez, basically told him he doesn't know shit about boxing. And so Stephen A. Smith got hyper defensive. I mean, I've never seen anyone so I've never seen Stephen A. Smith this defensive in my life. He went on the Stephen A. Smith Show. He called up Sugar Ray Leonard. Check this guy out. He's bringing out the big guns, right? He had to get Sugar Ray Leonard on the line. He was like, Sugar Ray, my brother, you know, this and that. Trying to butter Sugar Ray up so Sugar Ray will be on his side. And then he goes on to basically tell the audience and Sugar Ray, he says, help me out here, Sugar Ray. And I quote, I am in no way, nor did I ever question Andy Ruiz's boxing ability. End quote. Come on, man. Come on. So what he's getting at is that all his viewers interpreted his insults basically of Andy Ruiz's boxing ability and physicality, okay, that we all interpreted it wrong. And what he's really upset about, and this is what he was communicating to Sugar Ray Leonard by saying, I'm in no way, nor did I ever question Andy Ruiz's boxing ability. What he's saying is we interpreted it wrong, and what he was really trying to say was that we keep missing out on the big money fights, on the super fights. So his alleged point was that because Anthony Joshua lost, now we missed out on the Deontay Wilder fight, and he's upset with Anthony Joshua because he was, maybe ducking Deontay Wilder. And now, since he decided to fight Andy Ruiz instead of Wilder, we're never going to have this fight, this mega fight anymore because Anthony Joshua lost. But, I think this is simple English comprehension. Again, Knuckleheads, he said he got knocked down 4 times by Butterbean. Let's call it what it is, a poor version of Butterbean. And then he goes and gets Sugar Ray Leonard on his show and says, I'm in no way, nor did I ever question Andy Ruiz's boxing ability. Sure, you didn't literally and specifically question Andy Ruiz's boxing ability, but when you're pissed off with the demeanor that you have, Stephen A., and you're telling the public that Anthony Joshua wasn't ready and he got dropped 4 times by Butterbean or a poor version of Butterbean, what you're saying at the very best, what you're saying is that Andy Ruiz has an even worse physique than Butterbean, which is I don't even know if that's the case, to be honest with you. But I think what you're actually communicating, and we're not stupid, Stephen A. A lot of us are pretty intelligent and we know how to comprehend the English language. What you're saying is that this guy had no place in the ring. This guy had no place in the ring with Anthony Joshua. This guy is a poor man's version of Butterbean. This guy's a bootleg Butterbean. That's what you were saying, Stephen A. Smith. Please respect your viewers enough. Don't be defensive and bring Sugar Ray Leonard on your show and say, my brother this and my brother that, and I love you this, and butter him up to be on your side. Don't insult our intelligence, okay? We really love you, Stephen A. Smith. I love listening to Stephen A. Smith. It doesn't matter what he's talking about. Stephen A. Smith could be talking about the weather. And I really enjoy it because of his passion and how articulate he is. And he's got charisma and personality. But Stephen A., don't make us out to be stupid. Don't insult our intelligence. We know exactly what you were trying to communicate when you called Andy Ruiz a poor version of Butterbean. So there you have it, Knuckleheads. This goes out to Stephen A. Smith. Tell me what you guys think. Are you interpreting what Stephen A. Smith the way me and seemingly most of the public is interpreting it? Or are you interpreting it the way Stephen A. Smith allegedly meant it, which is his disappointment in the mega fight basically falling through? So Knuckleheads, don't forget to subscribe. Click the bell notification icon. Let me know what you guys think.